Hi. So today we're going to be discussing Hallucinations by Oliver Sacks. My name is Jen. I'll be your host. So, it seems like everyone in their life has at some point has or will have a hallucination, whether because of old age or mental illness, because of sickness, or because of drugs. So Oliver Sacks shares some of the stories of his patients and his own experiences in this book, and it gives a wide range of examples. I'm reading off of notes because I can't remember poop, which will actually play into this. So for me, the book in itself was, some of it was slightly dry in the scientific explanations, but not enough to stop reading it. The final bit got more scientific and a little boring, but it might have just been because I wasn't as interested in that part of it. The very end of the book, though, really did seem to come to a complete stop. It felt like he should have kind of wound the reader down a little bit to come to a nicer conclusion, but you know, opinions are like butts. Whatever. So, personally, I have never had auditory hallucinations. I've had some visual ones from sickness, like when I was little. I had like a delirium hallucination where I thought an alarm clock was, on our patio, and it was just coming closer and closer to me. Obviously not. And then when I did some LSD, that was a rough one. I went kind of blind there for a little while in a 7-Eleven. I could not see anything, and it felt like my arms were turning into that metal guy from RoboCop. And then when I actually got home, it felt like the hallway to go to the bathroom was just so long, like an infinite hallway. I don't do drugs. Olfactory wise, sometimes, and this usually happened a lot more when I was younger, not so much now, but when I would be watching TV, it would seem like I could know what the actors smell like or what it smelled like on set. Maybe I'm just weird, but who knows. I've definitely had repeated mild concussions, ergo the memory problems. But I've never had hallucinations because of them, which is a good thing. So, the questions that it brought up for me was, it makes me wonder if my dad had any. Well, he had some, but if he had many. He was in an assisted care facility for Alzheimer's, and in the last few months, you could definitely tell he was hallucinating because he thought a chimney was a rocket ship, and cardinals and the wind blowing in pine trees, he thought those were flames. But you never know. Another question is, I wonder if more religious people see demons or angels. I had a friend, an older friend, whose mother was, I guess, had Alzheimer's or dementia, but near the end she was pretty bad. She would see people milling around in the house and just walking around the house that she didn't know, and it was just her in the house. And then she felt like those people were after her, and she would try to lock herself in the bedroom. I had another friend whose grandmother always felt like people were looking in the windows of her house at her when there weren't. And then she also had a painting in her room that suddenly got red glowing eyes, and it stayed that way for a while. And then later it turned into where she thought she saw the devil in it. So they had to kind of get rid of the painting. But in those cases, and in the first instance of my older friend's mother, she was a religious woman, and so was my friend's grandmother, religious, very religious. Why did they see evil things and not angels? I don't know. I would be curious as to why that is. And then so it made me think, so when people do see ghosts, do they really see them, or is it hallucinations? And how can you tell the difference? Because sometimes you can't. Or can you? I don't know. Those were some of the questions that came up to me that I found. But overall, from a 1 to a 5, I'd probably give this book a 3.5. It was good. It was just kind of, sometimes it would get a little dry. So there's that. First video and book review. Told you guys it was going to be super short, and there it is. We'll see how this goes. It's something for me to do, something for you to watch. We'll see. Anyways, this is going to be my next book. It is Stiff, The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers by Mary Roach. I read the first chapter, and it seems pretty good. And I like Mary Roach too. She's a good writer. So thanks for tuning in. If you have any comments or questions, add them below. Don't forget to subscribe and give me some likes. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.